Welcome to a sanctuary of peace where we explore the depths of the human mind and the art of living well. Today we embark on a profound exploration of emotional wisdom, learning how to master our reactions in a chaotic world. True wisdom is not just about intelligence or knowledge, it is the ability to remain calm when the storm rages. In our modern lives, we are constantly bombarded by stimuli that trigger immediate, often regrettable, emotional reactions from within us. We have all experienced moments where a harsh word or a sudden event caused us to lose our composure completely. This reactive state is like a wildfire, consuming our energy and damaging the precious relationships we have built over time. Once the reaction is unleashed, the damage is often done, leaving us with heavy feelings of regret and deep sorrow. But there is another way, a path of emotional wisdom that teaches us to pause before we choose to act. This path requires us to understand the machinery of our own minds and the hidden patterns that drive our behaviors. Biologically, our brains are wired to protect us, often interpreting social stress as a life or death physical threat. This ancient survival mechanism served our ancestors well, but in the modern world, it often leads us into unnecessary conflict. When we react without thinking, we are essentially allowing our primitive instincts to hijack our higher reasoning and emotional intelligence. Imagine your emotions as these turbulent waves. If you fight them directly, you will likely drown in their overwhelming power. Emotional wisdom is learning to surf these waves, using their energy without letting them knock you off your centered balance. The key to this mastery lies in a very small, almost invisible gap between the external stimulus and your response. Viktor Frankl, a survivor and psychiatrist, taught us that in this space lies our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. This is the essence of becoming a master of your emotions. Cultivating this space requires practice, patience, and a willingness to look deeply at our own uncomfortable patterns and habits. Self-awareness is the foundation. We must first recognize when we are triggered before we can hope to change the outcome. Notice the physical signs: a racing heart, a clenched jaw, or a sudden heat rising in your chest or face. These are your body's early warning signals, telling you that you are about to enter a state of emotional reaction. When you feel these signs, the most powerful thing you can do is to stop and take a conscious breath. Breathing signals to your nervous system that you are safe, instantly lowering the intensity of the fight or flight response. This pause creates the necessary distance, allowing the muddy waters of your mind to settle so you can see clearly. Ask yourself, is this reaction helpful? Is it true? Is it necessary? These questions engage your rational thinking brain. Emotional wisdom invites us to look beyond the immediate trigger and understand the deeper cause of our strong feelings. Often, our anger is just the tip of the iceberg, hiding deeper feelings of fear, hurt, or insecurity below. By acknowledging these deeper feelings, we can address the root cause rather than just reacting to the surface symptom. This shift in perspective is what separates a reactive person from a wise person who masters their own destiny. The Stoic philosophers believe that we suffer not from events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. If you remove the judgment that you have been harmed, the feeling of being harmed also disappears effectively and instantly. We filter reality through our past experiences and biases. Emotional wisdom is the act of cleaning these lenses daily. Acceptance is another pillar. Accepting that people and situations are not always under your control brings immense peace. When we resist reality, we create suffering. When we accept what is, we free up energy to find solutions. Be like water, soft yet powerful, does not fight the obstacle. It flows around it to reach the ocean. Responsibility literally means the ability to respond. It is a skill that we can sharpen with practice every day. Just as we train our bodies to be strong, we must train our minds to be resilient and steady. Every time you choose a calm response over an angry one, you are rewiring your brain for future peace. Think of the legacy you are leaving. Your reactions teach those around you how to handle the challenges of life. Let us practice the art of the sacred pause. It is a momentary retreat from the world to find yourself. In that pause, you disconnect from the trigger. You remind yourself that you are not your emotions, you are the observer. Consider road rage. It is a perfect example of how a small event can ruin your entire day if unchecked. By letting it go, you protect your own peace. You refuse to let a stranger dictate your emotional state. Build an inner citadel, a place within you that external events cannot touch, shake, or disturb without your permission. Grounding techniques are essential. Connecting with the physical world helps draw energy away from the racing thoughts in your head. Feel your feet on the ground. This simple act brings you back to the present moment, away from mental projections. Criticism is often a trigger. Instead of defending, try to listen with curiosity. Is there a grain of truth? View challenges as opportunities to polish your character. Without friction, the stone cannot become a shining, valuable gem. The story you tell yourself matters. Replace "they are attacking me" with where "they are having a hard time themselves." Empathy is the antidote to anger. It is hard to hate someone when you understand their pain and struggle. When you shift from judgment to empathy, the cold tension inside you melts away, replaced by the warmth of understanding. Never send a message when you are angry. The 24-hour rule saves careers, friendships, and reputations from destruction. Time provides perspective. What seems like a catastrophe today often becomes a minor inconvenience when viewed tomorrow. Solitude allows us to recharge. Without downtime, our emotional batteries run low, making us more susceptible to irritation. Prioritize your rest. A tired mind is a reactive mind. Sleep and relaxation are foundations of emotional control. Physical movement burns off the stress hormones that accumulate during the day, resetting your body's baseline to calm. Expand your capacity. If your mind is a vast lake, a handful of salt will not make the water bitter. Patience is not passive waiting. It is active acceptance of the pace of things, refusing to rush the process. Resilience is flexible strength. It is the ability to bend with life's difficulties without snapping under the pressure. Surround yourself with calm people. Emotions are contagious. We absorb the energy of those we spend time with. Be the person who brings calm to the room. Your stability can act as an anchor for others in distress. Find your anchor. It could be a mantra, a person, or a belief that holds you steady when waves crash. Remember the phrase, "This too shall pass." No emotion, however intense, lasts forever. It rises and it falls. Do not cling to the highs or fight the lows. Observe the rhythm of your emotional life with detachment. Treat your thoughts like clouds passing in the sky. You are the sky, vast and permanent. Thoughts are just weather. Visualizing alternative outcomes is a powerful tool. Replay past events in your mind, but imagine a wiser response. Mental rehearsal prepares the brain. When the real situation arises, you have already practiced the pathway to peace. Gratitude shifts the brain from a defensive state to a receptive state. It is impossible to be grateful and angry simultaneously. Focus on what is good in your life. This builds a buffer of positivity that protects you against minor irritations. Understand that everyone is fighting a hard battle. Their reaction to you is often about them, not you. Depersonalization is a shield. When you stop taking things personally, you become immune to the emotional poison of others. Be like the lotus leaf. Let the negativity of the world slide off you without leaving a stain on your spirit. Regular meditation practice strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for rational decision-making. Science confirms that mindfulness physically changes the brain structure, making emotional regulation easier and more automatic over time. You do not need to sit still to meditate. Mindfulness can be practiced while walking, eating, or even washing dishes. The goal is to be fully present. When you are here now, you are not worrying about the past or future. Digital detox is crucial. Constant connectivity keeps our nervous system in a state of low-level chronic arousal. Reclaim your attention. Create sacred spaces in your day where technology is forbidden and human connection is prioritized. Forgive yourself for the times you failed to stay calm. Guilt is a heavy burden that prevents future growth. Let go of the heavy baggage of past regrets. Today is a new opportunity to practice wisdom and patience. Each sunrise brings a reset. You are not defined by your past reactions, but by your present choices. Repair is part of the process. If you lose your temper, a sincere apology can heal the rift stronger than before. Like kintsugi pottery, relationships repaired with gold-like sincerity can become more resilient and beautiful than they were. Like kintsugi pottery, relationships repaired with gold-like sincerity can become more resilient and beautiful than they were originally. Non-judgmental observation is key. Observe your anger like a scientist observing a chemical reaction, without getting involved in it. Say to yourself, I notice that I am feeling anger. This labeling creates a distance between you and the feeling. Language shapes reality. You are not the emotion. You are the vessel that contains the emotion for a moment. Navigating emotional turbulence requires skill. The more you practice, the smoother your journey through life will eventually become. Do not expect perfection immediately. Emotional wisdom is a lifelong journey, not a destination you reach overnight. Celebrate small victories. Every time you catch yourself before reacting, you have won a major battle for your soul. Over time, these small victories accumulate, transforming your personality from volatile to stable, from reactive to wise. Share this journey with others. Discussing emotional challenges removes the shame often associated with losing control. Vulnerability is strength. Admitting you are working on your temper invites support rather than judgment from those who love you. Your calmness is your best defense. It disarms aggression more effectively than any counterattack or loud argument ever could. Silence can be loud. When you refuse to engage in chaos, you force the other person to reflect on themselves. Inner peace is the ultimate success. No amount of money or fame can compensate for a mind at war. We often chase external achievements, forgetting that the quality of our life depends on the quality of our emotions. Happiness is a state of mind, not a condition of the environment. You hold the key to your own joy. Unlock the prison of reaction. Step out into the freedom of response where you are the author of your life. You are the screenwriter, director, and actor of your life. Do not let impulsive emotions ruin your masterpiece. Wisdom gives you the bird's eye view. You see the maze of life clearly rather than getting lost in dead ends. Teaching others is the best way to learn. Share these tools with your children, creating a generation of wise humans. Imagine a world where emotional wisdom is taught in schools, a world with less violence and more understanding. It starts with you. Your peace contributes to the peace of the world. The ripple effect is real and powerful. One calm response can prevent a conflict, saving a relationship, which then influences others positively in a chain reaction. Feel the wind of freedom. When you are no longer a slave to your impulses, you are truly free. Rise above the noise. Like an eagle, fly high enough that the petty squabbles of the ground cannot reach you. Focus on what truly matters: your health, your loved ones, your purpose. Everything else is just background noise. Simplify your life. Complexity breeds stress. Simplicity fosters calm. Remove the physical and mental clutter that triggers you. Create an environment that supports your peace. Your external world often reflects and influences your internal state. Curate your inputs. If you consume chaos and fear daily, do not be surprised if you feel anxious and reactive. Feed your mind with beauty, wisdom, and silence. Protect your mental diet as strictly as your physical diet. Ancient wisdom is timeless because human nature has not changed. We still struggle with the same emotions they did. Lean on these giants. You do not have to figure it all out alone. The path has been mapped. End your day with reflection. Review your reactions. What did you do well? What can you improve tomorrow? A clear conscience is the softest pillow. When you master your reactions, you sleep without the replay of regrets. Every day is a new practice. Do not be discouraged by setbacks. Progress is a spiral, not a straight line. You may revisit old struggles, but you face them from a higher level of awareness and experience each time. You may revisit old struggles, but you face them from a higher level of awareness and experience each time. Compassion for yourself leads to compassion for others. We are all imperfect beings trying our best to survive. Connection is why we are here. Emotional wisdom builds bridges where reactive anger burns them down. Be the bridge. In a divided world, be the one who listens, understands, and responds with grace and dignity. Emotional control unlocks potential. It allows you to perform under pressure and lead others through uncertain times effectively. True leadership is emotional leadership. People follow those who can keep their head when everyone else is losing theirs. Be a lighthouse. Stand tall, shine bright, and let your stability guide others through their own emotional storms. Cultivate a mind like a flame in a windless room, steady, bright, and unaffected by the chaos outside. Softness overcomes hardness. The tongue is soft and lasts a lifetime. Teeth are hard but fall out early. Adopt the power of water. Consistent, gentle effort will erode the hardest obstacles of your personality over time. Accept your history. Your past reactions taught you what you needed to learn to be here today. Look forward with hope. You have the tools now. You have the awareness. You are ready to change. Remember the breath. It is your portable anchor, available 24/7, free of charge, and instantly effective for calming. When in doubt, breathe out. Exhaling activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural relaxation and recovery mode. Connect with the bigger picture. You are a small but significant part of a vast, beautiful, unfolding universe. Awe is a powerful emotion. It shrinks our ego and expands our perspective, making our problems seem manageable. Humility is the root of wisdom. Knowing that we do not know everything makes us less likely to judge. Respect life in all its forms. When you respect others, you respect yourself, and peace follows naturally. Let your wisdom spread like seeds in the wind. Live your truth, and others will be inspired to grow. We are gardeners of the soul. We must weed out the anger and water the seeds of patience daily. The harvest is a life of serenity, a life where you are the master of your fate, not the victim. You have the power. It has always been within you, waiting for you to pause and claim it. Trust your heart. When it is calm, it speaks the truth. When it races, it is reacting to fear. The road ahead is open. Walk it with grace, with dignity, and with the deep knowledge of emotional wisdom. Take one step at a time. Do not rush. The journey itself is the destination. Be present in every step. May the light of understanding guide you. May you find the strength to pause and the courage to choose peace. Review these lessons often. Repetition is the mother of skill. Keep practicing and you will see the transformation. Pause, breathe, choose. 3 simple words that can change the entire trajectory of your life and relationships. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's heal together. Join our community of seekers. Together, we are building a world that values wisdom over reaction, peace over conflict. Thank you for giving yourself this time. It is an investment in your soul that will pay dividends forever. As the sun sets, let go of today's troubles. Rest well, knowing you are becoming wiser with each passing day. Take this peace with you into the world. Be the calm in the storm. Be the wisdom in the chaos. Thank you for walking this path with Breath Journey. May your reactions be wise, your heart calm, and your life peaceful. Life